Okay guys, part 2 of the 06 Bounder gas line repair. I'm sure you guys can see the new tee and the new pipe. Got everything lined up pretty close. It'll line back up. I had to take the nipples adapters off for the individual gas lines so I could spin the main pipe back into the corner here, the elbow here. Like I said, I managed to get this out enough to where I can get my hand behind it. Was just enough to where if I took the little adapters off, that I could spin the new pipe back on. So we're moving forward. I was going to show you, maybe I'll show you a little bit later, what I had to do up front. I had to disconnect the actual line. Here, let's just walk up here. I won't be able to show you the underneath. But I actually had to disconnect the regulator from the tank. This hose right here goes up and over the tank and into the hard line on the other side, where I had to disconnect another piece of straight pipe. Oh, there goes my air conditioner, so hopefully that won't interfere with the video too much. Into the straight pipe that goes into the rest of the steel hard line, and I couldn't get it off. Here it doesn't swivel, so this is the next swivel union, so this is where it all came apart. And then it's disconnected on the back side of the tank where the line goes back, and then it goes up, and then it goes through the floor all the way to the other side. So I disconnected that. I got it to move a little. It doesn't move freely under the floor, so I don't know if it's like attached, but I got it to move enough. So this is the beginning of part 2. I'm going to pick this up after I get everything back together and see if we don't have any leaks. Hopefully not. Alright guys, oops, we're underneath the RV now. This is where I had to disconnect. The tank is right here, the regulator's on the other side. I disconnected it here. I couldn't get that line off there. That's a solid line. I loosened it here. Up and over here I had to disconnect the ground wire, and then as you see, it runs up there and then goes up into the floor here, and then goes all the way down to where you see the back tire down there, underneath all of this stuff. So yeah, but I managed to move it far enough to get everything in. So I'm going to make this connection here and put this back together. I'm going to reconnect the ground wire. Then I can connect the regulator back up to the tank, turn everything on, get some soapy water, and test for connections. Alright, hopefully it'll work. Alright guys, here we are again. As you can see, I've got everything reinstalled. I've got everything connected. I went back and opened up the line, got some soapy water, soaped up all the connections. I had one small leak at the tank, but other than that, everything is up and running. Even with that smash, which I'm gonna fix, that goes to the hot water heater just inside here. I haven't fixed that yet, but I did fire it up, and it did fire up and run. So we've got refrigerator, furnace, stove, hot water heater. I believe that's the order it goes in. But anyway, successful reinstall with only minor leak that I fixed. So we'll button this back up, and then I've got to make a new, I've got to get a new shield made for this and do a little bit more repair under here. I'm missing my fender, my mud flap. Gotta get that fixed up, but we'll get that done. The big part's over, making sure everything works. So yeah, so we'll come out here. My next project is going to be working on my steps, which is going to be a lot of fun because they stopped working as well. But I'll show you where I had my leak. When I put everything together, I had a small leak here. I took it apart, I cleaned everything back up, and I reinstalled it and put it all back together, and no more leaks. I don't know if you can see it, but I put a little dot right there on my dial, on my level, just so I could tell I'm going to let this thing sit for a few days. And if I got a small leak or something, I'm going to notice that gauge going down, and then I can start addressing that. But like I said, I sprayed every connection all the way from the front to the back, even the ones that I did not take apart, and so far no leaks. So hey, hopefully this is a successful deal. If I got to get a flaring tool to fix that other line because I don't have a flaring tool, but when I get that, maybe I'll film that, maybe I won't. But hey, successful gas line repair. Nice. Talk to you later.